Okay, now we can view these as millable surfaces, and we need to do it for both, but we only need to demonstrate it for one. I'm going to select everything and join everything, and looks like I'm going to group everything for now. So that if we accidentally move one, we move the other. It doesn't matter if these are cut and joined. As before, the CNC only sees the surface. So let's do this. Oops. Let's group these separately. I'm going to change that later so we can just get it out of our site. Okay. Let's do this. Turn my ortho off here so I can move this. Okay, so that's where I want to be right now. So just under the surface. And now what I can do is open up our machining browsers, go into the knowledge base, and we are going to be looking at wood again. And we're going to do a couple things. We need to be able to cut the whole object out, and then we're going to be doing 3-axis work. So let's do a profiling, and so the hardness of the wood is going to be closer to MDF. So let's run this over here, and then we'll do 3-axis parallel machining. And if we need to copy and paste anything, we will do that a little bit later. All right, we've got everything we need. Garbage truck in the background as well. Okay, so we need to do something different with this model than we've done in the past. We need to rough this out. So you see when you bring the parallel machining over, there's a roughing and a parallel finishing. So let's set up the roughing. We know we're going to have to do the profiling last. I'm going to change this order. Okay, so let's go ahead and click here, select the containment region, and I had brought that curve over, and we hit enter, save that. We'll go ahead and do the roughing with a 1/2-inch ball mill. That'll clear out material rather quickly. It means we'll also have a tool change. Okay, and then parameters, let's just leave it where it is. I'm going to generate it so we can take a look. So you can see it's just one pass. It's fairly shallow, and the mill is just going to mill out a little bit and certainly miss quite a bit of the model. It's designed to leave material behind. If we did the same thing very quickly, parallel finishing, and just generate it, you're going to see the combination of roughing and parallel finishing. So what we can do is set up the stock to visualize this. 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to have, let's just say we've got 7 length, and then let's do 7 by 7, and let's assume we've got maybe 1 inch. we're going to have to measure our starting point, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and move this material in our stock. Give us room to have fasteners. That also means I'm going to have to regenerate all those tool paths. So now I can go to simulate. And so it is all right, so that's a better view. So you can see here that the roughing doesn't take a whole lot of material out, but it does very quickly remove a chunk of material. So it looks like we're going to have a bit of material left for the finishing pass. I might even want to change the step down and have 2 roughing passes done. Let's continue playing this. It's in a couple spots there. It looks like it's going to be a lot for the bit to do. I think it's going to be fine though. Okay, so then we'd have that. Then our last step would be to cut this whole object out with profiling pass, which we already know how to do. So one thing to note is you see here there's going to be a little bit of curvature, and so what we're going to need to do is come in and clean that edge up, and we'll talk about that as a class. So what we need to do is have a line there that's going to tell a second bit to come in and do a profile pass, and it's going to square that edge out.